The spotlight effect. Why you think everyone is watching you when they are not. Imagine walking into a room and feeling like all eyes are on you. You fidget with your clothes, worry that your hair is out of place, or mentally replay something awkward you said earlier. Sound familiar? Welcome to the world of the spotlight effect. A fascinating psychological illusion where we believe others are paying far more attention to us than they actually are. In reality, most people are too preoccupied with their own thoughts to notice ours. But the perception that we're constantly being watched and judged is a powerful one, and it shapes our confidence, behavior, and decisions. Let's dive deep into the psychology behind the spotlight effect, why it happens, and how to overcome it to live more freely and authentically. What is the spotlight effect? The spotlight effect is a term coined by psychologists Thomas Gilovich, Victoria Husted-Medvec, and Kenneth Savitsky in a 2000 study. It refers to our tendency to overestimate how much others notice our appearance, behavior, or mistakes. Think of it like this. You're the main character in your own life, so you assume others see you the same way. But in truth, they're living their own stories, and you're probably just a minor character, if that. In their study, participants were asked to wear an embarrassing t-shirt and walk into a room full of people. Those wearing the shirt thought that around 50% of others noticed it. In reality, only about 20% did. This massive gap between perception and reality perfectly illustrates the spotlight effect. Why do we experience it? Several psychological and social factors fuel this illusion. 1. Self-focus bias. We naturally focus on ourselves more than others. Because we're so aware of what we're doing or feeling, we assume others are equally aware. This mental bias makes us feel like we're under constant observation even when we're not. 2. Fear of judgment. From a young age, we're taught to care what others think, by parents, teachers, peers, and media. Over time, this becomes hardwired into our thinking. We start to associate making mistakes or standing out with ridicule, so we over-monitor our actions in public settings. 3. Social anxiety and low self-esteem. People with social anxiety or low self-confidence tend to feel watched or evaluated more intensely. They overanalyze conversations, appearance, or past interactions, reinforcing the idea that others are scrutinizing them. How the spotlight effect affects our lives. 1. Paralyzing fear of embarrassment. Have you ever avoided speaking in class, giving a presentation, or even going to a social event because you thought everyone would notice something off about you? That's the spotlight effect at work, keeping you from growing or expressing yourself. 2. Perfectionism. When we believe everyone is paying attention, we feel pressure to appear flawless. This can lead to perfectionism, burnout, and deep dissatisfaction, especially when reality doesn't match the ideal image we think others expect. 3. Overthinking and regret. After a social interaction, people under the spotlight effect might replay the moment endlessly. Did I say something dumb? Or, did they notice I was nervous? This overthinking traps them in cycles of self-doubt and prevents healthy self-esteem. How to break free from the spotlight. Fortunately, you don't have to be stuck in this psychological trap. The first step is awareness, and then changing how you respond. 1. Understand everyone is busy thinking about themselves. The truth is, most people are so wrapped up in their own worries and insecurities that they hardly notice yours. Once you grasp this reality, you'll feel freer to make mistakes, speak up, or just be yourself without fear of being judged. 2. Challenge your assumptions. If you think someone noticed your awkward moment, ask yourself, do I have actual proof of that? Most of the time, you'll realize you're just projecting your own thoughts onto others. 3. Practice self-compassion. You're human. You'll have awkward moments, forget things, or say the wrong thing. Instead of criticizing yourself afterward, speak to yourself like you would to a friend, with kindness and perspective. 4. Use exposure to build confidence. The more you do things that trigger your sense of being in the spotlight, like public speaking, socializing, or sharing opinions, the more you'll see that nothing catastrophic happens. Repeated exposure rewires your brain to stop treating visibility as a threat. 5. Focus on the value you bring. Rather than obsessing over how you're perceived, shift your focus to your contribution. Ask yourself, what can I offer to this conversation, team, or space? Focusing on value pulls you out of self-consciousness and into purpose. The power of letting go. Letting go of the spotlight effect isn't about not caring at all. It's about finding a healthy middle ground, where you're aware of others but not ruled by their potential judgment. When you realize that people aren't dissecting your every move, you begin to live with more freedom. You speak your truth more often. You try new things without fear of failure. You stop apologizing for being human. And in that space, where fear no longer holds the mic, real confidence begins to grow. Final thoughts. The spotlight effect is a trick our minds play on us, rooted in the illusion that we're always being watched. But you don't have to live inside that illusion. The world isn't a stage where every misstep is magnified. It's a shared journey where everyone is trying to figure things out, just like you. Next time you catch yourself worrying about what others think, remind yourself of this simple truth. They're probably not thinking about you at all, and that's incredibly freeing.